And we're here, yeah. So welcome everyone to the Voice Actors Showcase with Infectious Pink here at the Serenity Spring Festival. So Pinky, why don't you introduce yourself for those who don't know who you are?
Hi, my name is Infectious Pink. I'm a voice actor, an artist, and a writer who works on several Sonic fan projects and other things too that are yet to be announced, but we shall see. Shall see in the future.
Ooh, exciting! So how did you get started? How did you come up with your username, and what got you into voice acting specifically?
Ooh, okay. Starting with the username, right? Ever since I was a kid, I've been a huge fan of zombies, zombie apocalypses, zombie rom-coms, zombie anything was always my thing. Absolutely loved it. And I'm a pink girly, so I was like infectious pink. That works. It was really as simple as that. As for voice acting, how I got into it, that's a story. I used to do a lot of live theater, specifically musical theater. I did that for several years. I took workshops. I had like resume worthy stuff. I did several musicals, and it was something I was really, really passionate about. And then, hi, Rowie. Hi, Bob. Hello, everybody in chat. And unfortunately, I got into an accident and I broke my foot in multiple places
Oh,
right
I'm so
before I
sorry.
was set to audition for a show. And unfortunately, there wasn't really too much they could do for my foot other than like whack me in a moon boot. So I, yeah, it healed a bit wonky, and I was never quite felt right after that. So yeah, I during the time when my foot was healing, I was really missing acting. So I was like, what could I do? What can I do to substitute this? And I went into a game store and I saw half off microphones, and I found this cute little blue Yeti, and I picked it up, and I was on Casting Call Club the next day, auditioning for projects, and that's how we ended up here today.
Oh, I am so sorry about your foot, but the voice acting part is the blessing in disguise of all of it.
It's kind of crazy to think that if I'd never broken my foot, I never would have met any of y'all. It's kind of insane.
Yeah, it's one of those double-edged swords, so to say. So I am curious. How did you come up with your fan character or OC? How did you come up with that design in particular? Or,
My Sona?
yeah, your Shona.
Ah, honestly, I don't really know. It kind of developed over time. She used to look a little bit different. She used to be just like a redhead with red eyes, and slowly over the years, I developed her. She was, she worked into new stories, and she became a new character, and I don't know, stuff shifts over time, and eventually it shifted to the point where we got to where we are now. And I'm very, very, very happy with how she is currently. She's very cute. I love my mascot very much. Her name is Pinks. She's a zombie. She's very silly. We love her a lot.
So, so have you had any inspiration for your voice acting, whether it be in real life voice actors or fan voice actors at all?
Oh, definitely. I've always taken a lot of inspiration from, figures like Mela Lee and Christina V. A lot of older voice actors as well that you'll see in media, like Sally Acorn's actor, for example. She's been in so many things. I mean, she's been in Looney Tunes, she's been in Sonic, she's been in countless projects, and she's so incredibly talented at what she does. And I think, thank you, Boone. And I think somebody else newer who's been inspiring me is the original voice of Crystal from the Star Fox games. I recently got to work with her on a project, and her, just like the way she held herself, the way she acts, and the way she treats the people around her is really inspiring to me. And I want to be just like her, and I want to have that same demeanor. So I definitely look up to her a lot as well.
Oh, you got to work with the original voice of Crystal. That's very interesting to know.
Thank you. That would be on Star Fox Horizons fan game. Very cool, very neat, very talented people on that team.
I am curious, what would she like to work with in particular? Was there anything that stood out when working with her?
Hmm. I will say that, through texting and through seeing how she interacts with the castmates, it's how graceful she is. She's very polite, she's very straightforward, she's very gets things done, And I really admire that about her. She's a very good castmate.
So I know you're the voice of Marine the Raccoon and Vanilla the Rabbit for Sonic Revolution, along with other characters in various projects.
Mhm.
How do you develop the particular style of how you portray these characters?
I do think it changes and shifts over time. And there are some characters where right off the bat I have an idea of what I'm doing. Blaze the cat, for example, right? She's simply female Jason Griffith, to be completely blunt. Kind of took the tone, the articulation, the way Jason speaks and applied it into a feminine tone, and that's simply Blaze. I will say for Marine the Raccoon in particular, it's simply my own voice pitched up and my accent slightly exaggerated, which is why, doing her feels so effortless. As for Vanilla, I tried to just do like a deeper version of Cream with that wisp tone, but the Chaotic Files came out recently and her tone was much different to how I expected it to be. So, as you can see in like the last panel we did, the April Fool's panel, I changed up what I was doing slightly to match that a bit more. Keep it consistent.
Yeah. And when you heard Vanilla and Chaotic Case Fire, was there anything in particular like about the character herself, like how she was portrayed or how she carried herself that took you by surprise versus how you thought you knew her previously?
I definitely pictured something a little bit different, which I shouldn't have, considering, Sonic X and previous iterations of her. I was a bit surprised at just how grounded she sounded, considering she was a Sonic character. But she definitely does give off those motherly vibes you'd expect from Vanilla the Rabbit, And that's not a bad thing at all. I think the actress did a fantastic performance.
Oh yeah, for sure. And shout out to her by the way. I'm actually curious. I know like one of the ways you portray Vanilla disciplining Cream, it's like doing. I think it was either counting up or counting down, and I don't know how it works.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how it works for you, but I know if my parents like ever called my full name and they started counting, it was like you better give them attention or you're in very serious trouble. Was there like a particular story behind that portrayal at all?
Honestly, it was panic because everybody was yelling over each other, and I was like, I gotta get control of the panel. I was like, I'm Mama, I'm in control. You will all listen to me.
And it worked beautifully.
It worked. It worked.
So I know I know you're currently working with Megma, who's in the audience on a Sonic Watch fan project. Could you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, Sonic and the Dragon's Path.
Excuse me, Sonic and Dragon's Path. I'm getting two things confused.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Indeed. I can't say too much because I don't want to give anything away, but I will say that I am currently the lead of the 2D art department, working alongside Blue Phoenix, who's working on like cutscene stuff and animation. I will say being able to lead a team has been a very new experience for me. I've never been in a leader position quite like that. But I will say it's been some very valuable experience, if anything, and I'm really grateful to Megma for giving me the opportunity to lead a team and to contribute to a project like that. I mean, alongside just leading the team, I've been able to contribute my art, I've been able to contribute my time, and I've been able to make connections that I wouldn't have otherwise. So I'm very grateful to Meg. Thank you, Meg. And I'm very excited for the future of Dragon's Path.
Yeah, so from your own personal experience, like what has it been like to lead a team, like just going into more detail, especially since this is your first time doing so?
I will say it was a bit intimidating at first, but I was pretty eager to take it on. And all the artists I've had the opportunity to work with have been absolutely lovely. And I don't know, it's different. It's different, but it's not unwelcomed. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, and I know like fans have been clamoring for another continuation of the storybook series, and I believe
Oh
this
yeah.
is the reason why this fan project is getting as much attention as it is, because
Mm-hmm.
it's given the fan what they want after all these years.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Again, thank Megma for that. And he's been cooking up a storm. I'm so excited for you guys to see it and to see the story that'll play out in Dragon's Path. Also, hello, MC, and hi, everybody who's come in.
And also, hi, Spider-Tron in the audience. It's been a while. Pinky, I know you are an
Every time
artist.
I go.
I know you are
Mhm.
an artist as well. What got you into drawing, and how did you develop your particular art style?
Oh, yeah, I've been drawing my entire life, but I never really took it seriously until around 2023 as well, to be honest. Most of my life I'd been drawing on paper, and then 2023 I started drawing on my phone with my finger. And then I was lucky enough in 2024 to have somebody gift an iPad to me with an Apple Pencil. And from there, I genuinely believe that, the upgrade in equipment helped me improve quicker. And if you look at my style from 2023 and compare it to 2026, the difference is massive. And I believe that's pure, like, just because I've dedicated myself to improving and I practice every single day.
Is there anything specific about your style that had either changed or improved over time for those years in regard to your artwork?
Definitely. When I started, I was very focused on anime style this, anime style that. Um, Very locked onto that. And it took me a while to realize that only staying in an anime style would be the detriment to my art. So from there, I started slowly expanding into other styles, and I took a lot of inspiration from a really close friend of mine, Mean Bean Zone, and there's an artist also called Cudlil on Twitter. Cudlil. I enjoy their art quite a lot. But I think the thing I needed to keep in mind was shape language and, not sticking to the same thing every time I draw.
So
Kind
I
of tried to get into that semi
oh okay.
cartoon, semi realism. Anyway, you were saying.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I guess it wasn't all your delay on my end or something. But I know you were a theater kid growing up, as mentioned earlier. Like, what was it like to do from your personal experience? Like, what is it like to do theater versus voice acting?
Okay, I think the biggest contrast between the two is with voice acting, you have to over exaggerate because the audience cannot see your face. They can't see your body language. They can only hear you. Whereas with acting, you can use your body, you can use your face. People can see what they're looking at, can understand what's going on because of those physical cues. So I guess the biggest thing is, articulation, emphasis, being able to portray things in a way people can understand despite not being able to see you. It's two completely different ball fields. Completely.
Yeah, I don't know if I do in the audience saying, I know Corin would love to hear us. Corin, where are you when we need you? A fellow theater person and voice actor who also does work for us. Shout out to her.
Where are you? Come to my battle, leave!
Since you are from Australia, what's it like to be? Yeah, what's it like to be a Sonic fan in Australia? And I start with that. Like, what is the Australian Sonic fan base like? 'Cause I know a few Sonic fans there, but I'm not like super familiar with the fan base in that area.
There's nothing. We're dying of thirst. Please help us. Shout out to Rowie in the audience, by the way. Aussie Sonic fan. Yippee! And my big brother. I love him a lot.
Aww.
Uh, yeah, we don't have anything, unfortunately. We don't have any conventions. We don't have I mean, the actors don't really come out here very often, maybe occasionally, but not really. We don't really have that much merch either. We're kind of starving. We're starving. Please help us. Please send help. We need it desperately. Please.
Yeah. Yes, please feed the fans over there, ladies and gentlemen. They need a merch. They don't get it.
We're starving. Please spare Sonic merch. Sonic merch, please.
It's the Sonic merch, like, the one thing you wish you had in Australia, like, versus, say, the comics or the games or like, conventions, etc.?
I do. Unfortunately, to get merch, you have to pay so much shipping. And I'm lucky that I'm able to have Sonic merch because of VJ in the audience. He sends me Sonic merch when he goes to conventions and stuff, which I'm so grateful for. Thank you, VJ. But the only reason I have those is because of him and him paying the ridiculous shipping fees.
I am so sorry. I know how that is. Especially those custom, they will get you. Is there like any particular piece of merch that you currently have that you truly value, or maybe even thought,
Yes.
like, oh no, I'm never gonna get that. That's never gonna happen. And well, lo and behold.
Well, VJ actually just recently sent me 2 keychains, a little Blaze and a little Amy, and I have them on my like house keys, and I see them every single day, and I love them so much, and I'm so grateful. Thank you, VJ.
Oh, that's great. Is there any examples of your art that you would like to show? If you're able to put it in the side chat.
Absolutely. Let me see.
And while she's looking for that, audience, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the side chat, and we'll read them out.
Let me pull out some full render pieces and some black colors.
Yeah, really, like, brace yourself, guys. Her art is peak.
Oh no.
Let's see. Mayo asked, what project are you in?
Oh, that's a loaded question because there's a lot. Before I answer that, here is some of my art for you guys in side chat. Whenever that decides to load.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm in Roey's project. What's it called? Tornado Squad, that recently released on YouTube. Definitely check that out. Amazing. I feel like the things people most know me for is obviously Sonic and the Dragon's Path. Hello, Megma. Sonic Rush Rerun as Blaze. A lot of people know that. I work for CG Animates quite a lot. What's his name? What's that Sonny? It's so bad when I can't remember my own directors' names. That's so bad.
Don't worry, I'm bad with names. I'm bad with names too, so I know how it is.
I work for Jespo in his Remembrance series. Elena Scars, a lot of dubbing channels in general. Corby. Just there's a lot to keep track of and a lot to remember. I've worked with Calimac. There's a lot. Adrenahedge. It's so hard to name everything off the top of my head. Because at the end of the day, I'm in dozens and dozens of projects, and I help out with so many different teams. It's hard to remember just one.
So I know Sonic Rush Rerun has also been getting a lot of attention from the fan. What's it been like to work on that project?
Ooh, it's been good. It's been very, very chill. I haven't been able to do too much currently because they're still, working on the main part of the game before the voice acting can be introduced. But we have done a bit of work, and we're developing it every day, and it's coming along real nice. And I'm so excited for you guys to get to see more.
Ooh, exciting! On the artwork side of things, what is the easiest and most difficult aspect to work with?
What exactly do you mean?
Oh, I'm sorry. Like the line art or the shading or the coloring, those type of things.
I will say that the line art stage is the hardest for me personally. I'm always great with the sketch, I'm great with the color, but when it comes to that line art, it's really hard. There are often times where I get really lazy and I'll just clean the sketch and use that as the line art.
Okay, I must ask, are hands difficult to draw? Because nearly every artist I have done a Q&A with is like, oh, well, hands are just so difficult. How do you do them?
I rotoscope, I can't lie. Ooh.
I don't blame you. In terms of characters, it doesn't have to be just Sonic, by the way. It can be just any franchise, generally speaking. Which one do you find the most easiest to draw, and which one do you find the hardest to draw?
It's a good question. I will say that I've gotten used to Sonic at this point. Sonic isn't too difficult. I think those dynamic poses get me a lot. I will say the hardest thing to draw is probably mechs and machinery in general. So any mech animes, mech shows, robot-based shows are really difficult for me. I'm sorry, Rowie, no Transformers. Yeah, it's just a tough cookie.
Now, in regards to voice acting, which character do you find the easiest to voice and act, and which character do you find the hardest to voice and act?
If we're talking Sonic, Blaze and Amy, the easiest characters for me to go at. The hardest, I struggle with characters like Styx and Rouge in particular. I can't quite get Styx's grouchy, gravelly tone, and Rouge is very deep for me. I have a naturally high voice, so it's a bit difficult for me to reach, like, that deep level. I can get there occasionally, but it's a bit of a struggle.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to preparing to voice a character, what do you do to study that character, but before acting them out? Do you do like any particular kind of research? Do you look at their official media? Do you look at fan projects and take inspiration for like how other fans portray them?
Before anything else, warm-ups, take care of your voice, stretch it out. It's a muscle like any other muscle in your body. You gotta take care of it. Typically, I'll watch media and I'll watch other people's takes of the characters and use what information I can gather to create my own version of the character. That's pretty much all there is to it. I'll just test out what I can until I find something that sticks.
Okay. Is there like any character and I got to talk about which character first. Is there any character you really tried to voice act, but just couldn't get down, and you really wanted to voice, but just couldn't do it no matter how hard you practiced and tried to get their character acted out their character?
Styx again. Styx. I can never conquer her. Can never conquer her. It's such a struggle.
It is trying to do her gravelly voice. Is it a strain on your voice? I've always been wondering that for those that do voice her.
Absolutely, 100%. I ended up giving up because I didn't want to risk doing damage to my voice for a Sonic impression, you know. So yeah, I haven't touched her since, but I wish, you know.
Now, in regard to collabs or projects, do you have like a dream collab or dream project or one that you maybe tried to get into but couldn't for any reason?
I've had hundreds and hundreds of rejections, and I've had hundreds and hundreds of acceptance. You kind of get used to it, to be honest, but a dream project of mine would be able to be in an indie animated series that's completely original, no attachment to anything else. That would be incredible. And I have had the privilege of having some original roles here and there, but Nothing too major just yet. We're working on it.
Now, for any aspiring voice actors or current voice actors in the audience who may be thinking, oh, well, I keep auditioning and I keep getting rejected, and what do I do? What do you personally would advise to like improve on auditions or maybe having a greater chance of being accepted from your personal experience?
I will say that voice acting is a skill like any other skill. You need to practice it in order to improve. So, as silly as it sounds, you just need to keep auditioning. You need to look at your competitors. You need to take in what, the people who do get selected do in their auditions and apply it to yours going forward. The only way that you can really improve your craft is to take inspiration from others and learn as you fail. Pick up from your mistakes and keep trudging forward. That's how you get better at any skill, really.
Okay. I know you had told me like before the Q&A that you do have a VTuber model. Do you stream at all? Or if you don't, is that something you're considering doing in the near future, especially with VTubing or PNG tubing at all?
It's definitely something I'm interested in, but as it stands right now, I have other priorities. But in the future, it is something I'd like to get into.
And what kind of stream would you like to do if you do go down that route?
I think I'd probably do art streams, game streams, general content, talking, that sort of thing. Nothing crazy, really.
Okay. Do you have any particular inspiration for your current VTuber model at all?
My VTuber model is simply my Sona. Absolutely love her to death. She is my baby.
Okay. So I know voice acting.
Oh, finally sent in side chat. Yippee!
Oh, there we go. Yay! That took a while to learn, but yes, this is our everyone. Give it lots of love and support.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Oh, yeah, the Tikal one that you actually just recently done, I love that a lot. Like, what would the process behind that? I don't see much Tikal art out there either, so I'd love to know the behind the scenes of this one, because this is like your latest one.
Ooh, okay. So I was actually on I think I was at a party, and I was really bored, so I got on my phone with my finger and I did like the sketch, and then I took the sketch later on when I was on a camping trip, and I lined, colored, rendered, that sort of thing. There wasn't any particular inspiration from it. I had done like a couple of Tikal dubs with the Ultimate voice actor, which you can also see in that image, by the way. He was kind enough to commission me. Thank you, Ultimate. And I was just thinking about Tikal and the lack of love that she gets, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give Tikal some love, and I did, and it was lovely.
So on the voice acting side of things, I'm very curious from your own personal observations and experience, how has it evolved over time?
Ooh, well, number one, I didn't know how to treat audio when I first started, so mine was very crunchy. I also didn't know that you weren't supposed to get like super close to the mic, so there was a lot of peaking and a lot of untreated audio and a lot of mess ups and fumbles, and it was a mess. I feel really bad for the people who had to treat my audios back when I first started. But yeah, I've learned from friends and colleagues since then, and I now use Adobe Audition to edit and record all my audio. Yeah, I've just learned from my mistakes. As I said before, you improve with any skill when you keep going at it. And I think tackling my first DAW was very intimidating, because I used Audacity originally and I had no idea how it worked. But yeah, I got better over time, and as I got more advice and listened to the people around me, I would say, more than anything, being able to sit down and listen to somebody explain stuff to you, even when you think you know everything, is so valuable, because you could end up learning something that you had no idea about. I think that was one of the main things I did. I had people explain Audacity to me 10 times over, and I learned something new every single time, because everybody has something valuable to add to the conversation.
Now,
So listening is very important.
Now, how about on the artwork side of things? How do you, from your own personal experience, how has that changed over time?
I actually have like a direct comparison on my Twitter of my art from 2023 versus my art from, modern day. I will say that a lot of people look down on it, and a lot of people criticize newer artists for doing this. But I think tracing, obviously not taking art and claiming it as your own, but tracing it for study purposes can be really, really helpful, especially when you're new to learning shape language. If you look at this post, hold on, link that chat. I spent a lot of time tracing artists' work that I loved in order to get a better understanding of how they structured their work. And I think genuinely, both tracing artists I liked work and tracing real models helped me get anatomy down a lot better than I would have before. So yeah, people look down on it, but tracing is actually a very, very, very useful skill to learn anything, really. Anything you want to learn in art, tracing is so helpful. But obviously, go about it responsibly. Don't claim art as your own. Give credit. Be good about it. Don't be one of the baddies.
Yeah, I know Sparta's like, oh, well, that's how I started back in 2020. And, just on that topic, since everybody was on lockdown during the pandemic, was there any particular skill like, okay, well, I'm stuck inside, I'm gonna either try and work and improve on this skill, or I'm going to learn this particular skill?
I will say that I was still in high school back in COVID times, and I wasn't really online, so I didn't really have anything particular going on during that period. I was just focusing on school, really. Because I also graduated. I also graduated in 2023.
So I see.
It was kind of the start of my adult life, yeah.
Yeah. Is there any other particular skills or talents that not a lot of people may know about, aside from voice acting and drawing?
I think. I'm trying to think of random facts about me now, I guess. I had my forklift license. A lot of people don't know that. What else? I love quokkas. This is true. It's my favorite animal on earth. I feel like something that people get surprised about. Like, wow, chat knows me so well. I love bilbies and quokkas are my favorite. I feel like something that not a lot of people know is that I used to ride motorbikes. I don't know. It was just something I did for fun in the bush with my grandparents. It was a lot of fun. I don't know. There's just like a lot of things that I could think of. But for like talents in particular, just singing, writing, voice acting, and art. It's my main things.
I'm curious, since you're in Australia, did you get the opportunity to go to Sega World Sydney at all? And if so, what was it like?
Unfortunately, I'm based in Brisbane, Australia. All the way at the other side, nowhere near Sydney.
I'm sorry.
I would have to drive like, what? Rowie, how long would I have to drive if I drove from Brisbane to Sydney? How long would that be? Like 15, 16 hours, 17? I don't know. 20 hours? Who knows? It'd be a long drive.
Also, audience, again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the side chat, and we will read them out. And Rui saying, oh, like about 12 hours, I want to say. 1 hour flight though. Day trip.
I overshot 12 hours. It's still bad in my opinion. It's 12 hours. Aye.
I got a question that will kind of put you on the spot a bit. So you're in a room
Oh,
with Sega executives, and you get to pitch one
oh.
Sonic. You get to pitch one idea for the Sonic franchise, like it be like a game or a story or anything like that, and go.
Oh, yeah. Can we explore the soul dimension? Maybe? A little bit?
Thank you. I've been thinking the exact same thing. We've only
Can we
seen
have a
like
Blaze scented game?
yes, please. I have that would be my pitch too. It's like we maybe only seen what like her castle once in the comic, but I would love to see like a Silver and Blaze game, and we get to see their origin stories and how they met, and like really explore the soul dimension.
Also, hear me out, guys, right? I have a theory. And that theory is the soul dimension is Australia. Hear me out, right? Koalas everywhere. It's like an islandy based dimension, like Australia, right? Right?
Hey,
Do we see the vision?
mean, Marina is there, so
Marina's Australian, bro. We cannot be serious. Please, please.
we were like, oh yeah, I do. So I know you've done various panels in Revo. Are there any particular panel, whether in character or that you've hosted, that were most memorable to you?
Yes. Okay. I don't know if any of you were here for this, but do y'all remember the panel that Jessica King and I did as Omega and Marine, where we got stranded at sea? That was my favorite.
Oh, that was
It's
great.
so good.
And got shout to him. I mean, God bless that Omega was truly something, and it just goes to show
Jessica
like
King is so talented. My God.
it just goes to show like you can put any two characters in a room and they'll interact in some way. They can be the most complete random pairing or even opposite of personality. They'll do it.
The thing about it, though, is Jessica King and I have been good friends for years and years now. And I feel like when you stick two really good friends who know each other super well in a room and you're like, hey, be goofy, it works out very well. I think my favorite joke that we still reference to this day is like the easy bake oven thing.
Oh my God.
It's so much fun. It's so much fun.
for sure.
When's the next Marine panel?
I know. We gotta have a Marine panel. No,
Yes.
So I'm curious. I know you're Australian and technically Marine is Australian. What's it like to play an Australian character, just from your own personal perspective and experience?
It's so refreshing. It's so refreshing. I love my Americans, right? I love you guys so much. But 90%, 95% of the roles that I do are American based and American accents, whether it be a variety of different American accents or it's just the standard American accent. So getting able to do my own accent and being able to, it's just very freeing. It's very refreshing. Like, I don't feel like I'm forcing anything. Because, you know, when that American accent comes around, you know, I'm really forcing the R's, the T's, the D's. And they're very pronounced because it's so unnatural for my accent. But yeah, when I'm able to just be Australian, whether it's in character or not, it's so freeing. It's very refreshing. Definitely my favorite roles.
Oh, so I got another interesting question. All right, so you're with the casting director, and you get to pitch any panel idea. What would it be?
Let me think. I'd love to see Vanilla in a room with the biggest troublemakers in the Sonic franchise and see how she handles it.
Oh my God, that I would love to see.
I'm talking Rough and Tumble. I'm talking Omochao. I'm talking Mimic. I'm talking, what's his name? What's the possum's name?
Oh shoot, what was it? Oh, the Babylon Road.
Clutch.
I know.
Clutch.
Oh, Clutch.
Thank you, Reboom. all the villains, all the baddies, get Sergeant Kit in there. See how Vanilla handles it.
Note it down.
See if she can school
Note
these
it down. I'm actually curious. How do you think Vanilla would handle it?
Oh, as well as she can. I think she'd be a little bit overwhelmed, and I think she'd probably have to raise her voice. Not even raise her voice. You know that one panel from the IDW comics where she's like got her eyes closed and she's smiling, but she looks demonic as heck. Yeah, something along those lines.
Yeah, that was like the line I said as my own queen. It's like, have you seen Vanilla? She's scary when she's mad. It's like the very, very quiet type of mad, and it's like the guild is slowly creeping up on you, and you know you're in serious trouble.
Let's be honest, the anger of a mother is one of the scariest things known to man.
Oh, true. So I can speak from experience.
Divine Smite, Bob's right.
I'm curious, do you think if there was anyone that could redeem Surgeon Kit, because I know that's been a fan theory, do you think Vanilla would be the one to do it?
Absolutely. And I think the reason for that would be because she brings in that stability, she brings in that emotional support, she brings in that safety that Sergeant Kit have been lacking up until now. Because I feel like we forget that their whole life is forgotten, and they have no experience, and they have nothing to grasp onto or go off. So I feel like a safe presence that grounds them is definitely what they need.
Yeah, there's this panel I think what is it from IDW fan annual where it has the Surgeon Kit with Cream, and you know basically Surge like wants all the sweets and everything, and there's this panel that says bribery, and it's like okay, and it's like, and I think there's just been this joke going around like, okay, well we know how Cream gets what she wants, and it's like bribery, and it's just her waving, and there's just like this popular fan theory that deep down inside, Cream can be just like this super sassy person, but she like never shows it ever.
It's like that thing where like they're talking to you and they're all happy, and then they turn around and the face is really dark, and then they turn back and they're like, ah.
Yeah, so if next time Shadow Baby's just Cream, and Cream wants to get that gun, you know, for a practice, it's bribery.
No. When Mr. Shadow takes me to the shooting range. Oh, God.
But yeah, my final question to you would be: would there just be any general advice or final words you would like to say to anyone in the audience who may be aspiring or current voice actors or artists, or maybe wanting to play that particular type of character that they always want to and they just can't quite nail it?
I'll say more than anything for both fields, both aspects. Classes, training, listening to your peers, doing it and getting better as you make those mistakes. Very, very important. And another thing is, don't box yourself into one particular thing. That's how you stunt your growth. Like I said before, I stuck with anime and that didn't do me any good. So I branched out and I learned shape language, and I got into, you know, slight more realism than I did before. So keeping in mind to expand your horizons and go beyond what you initially lock in on is so important for your like development and improvement. So don't box yourself in, and yeah, keep in mind that just because you're stuck now doesn't mean you'll be stuck forever. You'll work it out, you'll improve, you'll move forward, and you'll do great things. It's really as simple as that. And for voice actors, do your exercises, please. I beg you. Do the vocal exercises. I promise you they will improve your performance tremendously immediately. Drink plenty of water too. Very important.
Well, Pinky, I want to say thank you very, very much for coming. It was a pleasure having you. And
Yay! Thank you for having me.
yeah, of course. And thanks everybody in the audience for tuning in. Hopefully Maureen is behaving and not getting herself banned from anime theater. And hopefully Cream isn't causing too much trouble.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
I will say that before we end the panel, I really want to do a couple shout outs, particularly to VJ, Spider, Leiden, War, Rowie, and Meg, Bob, and Shade. Thank you guys so much, in particular, for coming to support me. And you being here means so much to me. I appreciate all of you, and thank you for being my friends. You guys are real ones.
Yeah, shout out to Pinky. We love having you here with us, Pinky, and we wish you all the best, just with everything going forward. We love working with you.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, Leah, I believe you want to come up and just announce tomorrow's panel.
Yes. Oh my gosh, tomorrow is a full day of panels, so this is good. So tomorrow at 12 p.m. PT, 3 p.m. ET is Sega's Unsung Heroes with G to the Next Level and Vid Ripple. So they will be talking about Sega's other heroes. So if you want to tune in for that panel, that is at 12 p.m. PT, 3 p.m. ET. Then at 1 p.m. PT, 4 p.m. ET is Artist Showcase with Hoonie Creo. And then this one, I'm pretty sure Pinky hopefully come in for this one. It is the Sonic and the Dragons patch showcase with Magma at 2 p.m. PT, 5 p.m. ET. And then at 3 p.m. PT, 6 p.m. ET is Absolution, a new silver series with Random Goon VO. So Random Goon will be talking about their new silver series. So if you want to tune in for that, that is tomorrow. And then at 4 p.m. PT, 7 p.m. ET is Content Creator Showcase with Chaos of the Protectors, aka Chris, one of my very good buddies who live streams for me, is doing a Content Creator Showcase tomorrow. Then at 5 p.m. PT, 8 p.m. ET is Artist Showcase with Random Riot. And then to end off, April 4th tomorrow at 6 p.m. PT, 9 p.m. ET is Voices of Sonic Revolution with Jessica King. Ooh, that was a whole mouthful to say all that.
We talked about him in this panel. The GOAT Jessica King. Support him, please.
Yeah, it's a full schedule tomorrow. So, but yeah, be sure to tune in if you want to tune in and ask them questions. And I want to remind you all, this is starting to become a little bit of an issue. Do not abbreviate swear words in the chat, please. I don't want to be repeating this, so please keep that in mind. Do not abbreviate swear words. So keep that in mind, and I'll let you end it, Kevin.
All right. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for coming, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.